eyebrows as he planted a kiss on Charlie's cheek. Becca laughed and held up her hands as Charlie's cheeks pinked, which was when she noticed the guy's t-shirts. Jeremy's was white, with a headless stick figure that read, "I need head." Charlie's was blue and read, "I'm getting real tired of wearing pants and having responsibilities." Jeremy's innuendo-filled t-shirt collection was legendary around here, and Charlie had been borrowing Jer's clothes ever since he'd been rescued, although he usually picked the least dirty shirts Jeremy had. It was just another thing Becca loved about Jeremy, and about the way he loved and took care of her brother. "Speaking of responsibilities, how did things go with the construction today?" she asked, as Nick passed her 2 plates. She placed them on the breakfast bar, then grabbed some silverware and napkins. Jeremy flicked his tongue against the piercing on his bottom lip and braced his hands on the counter. "Inspectors were out this morning and signed off on everything that's been done so far. Contractors hoping to have the exterior shell totally done before winter. Fingers crossed." "Considering a few weeks ago there was just a big hole out there, that sounds pretty good," Becca said. "Yeah," Jeremy said, something dark momentarily passing through his gaze, and Becca didn't have to guess at what it was. The reason there'd been a big hole was because the arm of the building that had previously stood in that spot had been destroyed by a military-grade explosive device Nick's team's enemies had launched at the building in a pre-dawn attack. An attack that had resulted in the deaths of 2 of Jeremy's friends, members of the Raven Riders Motorcycle Club that had been helping protect them. On some level, Becca knew Jeremy blamed himself for that. "Well, we better go." Charlie nodded and made for the door, where he paused for a moment. "Hey, Becca?" "Yeah?" For a moment, it seemed like he struggled for words. "Have a good night," he finally said, and then he ducked out, Jeremy right behind him. "Thanks," she said, and then she turned to Nick. "Was that weird, or is it just me?" Nick shrugged as he pulled buns out of a bag. "I think he was worried about you being at work today." "Oh." The thought made her heart squeeze. Soon, she and Nick were seated at the bar together with overflowing sloppy Joe sandwiches, some of the pasta salad she'd made over the weekend, and chips. Eileen curled up on the floor next to her tall chair. "This is the best dinner ever," she said. "That's because you're easy to please," he said, with a smile that brought his dimple out to play. A man with so many rough edges, and a dimple. It slayed her every time. "So, how was your day?" she asked. Good. Made a lot of progress on the new office," he said. They were turning the previously empty first floor spot next to their tattoo shop into a high-tech suite of offices for the new security consulting company Nick and his team were opening. "Kind of funny that Jeremy bought this old warehouse because it was cheap. And now it's turned out to be the perfect space for all of us." Becca smiled. "Yeah, I'm glad everyone is still going to be around here when all the work is done." It had seemed so empty around the building when, earlier in the summer, most of the team had cleared out to return to their homes and pack up their lives to relocate here permanently. "Me too, sunshine. This all feels right." Nick wiped up some sauce from his plate with the edge of his bun. "Where is everyone, anyway?" Becca asked. "It's so quiet." With 6 couples living out of 2 loft apartments, only one of which had a finished kitchen, it often felt a little like a college dorm around there. "Shane, Sarah, Easy, and Jenna went out to dinner earlier. And I think Beckett, Kat, Mars, and Emily decided to finish up some painting downstairs." Becca leaned in for a kiss. "It's weird to be alone." Nick laughed. "Roger that." "We could have sex on the counter," Becca said, giving him a seductive look. He froze with a potato chip halfway to his mouth. "Is this something you've been thinking about?" "Pretty much if it involves you and sex."